Coming up, now even bikes are prohibited. Coming events, answering your questions and more on this episode of the Monday Morning Show. Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Show for Monday, June 24th, 2019. My name's Peter Butler. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's a wonderful morning out there. High at 24, they're saying today. A little bit cloudy right now. Has me wondering about possible rain. We'll see what happens in that regard if we end up with rain again. We had a beautiful weekend, a really nice weekend. I actually listed a vacant lot over the weekend on Regent Street down towards the school at the north end of Regent Street. Listed a lot down there, a building lot. Wedding plans are coming together with Tasha. Things are getting closer. We're like 4 weeks away on the wedding. Stay tuned for photos of that. That's going to be an epic event. It'll be a lot of fun. Our son William will be home for that as well. Actually, he messaged us. Right now, Will's in Poland. He's visiting in Poland right now. He's having a really good time. He's visiting a number of the castles and checking out all the great architecture and all that. He wants to visit Auschwitz while he's there as well. So he's having a really nice time, and I believe he's in Krakow, Poland right now. He's just having so much fun, and I'm so happy for him that he's having all these great experiences. But let's get into the show this morning. I've got a couple things I want to talk about, so we're going to jump right into this.
James McCarthy reporting. For up-to-the-minute reports, stay tuned to this station. Now, the news.
In the news, brought to you by Royal LePage Brown Realty for all your real estate needs in and around Norfolk County. So, you've probably heard about this, Friday the 13th. We've got one coming up in September. There's been a recommendation come forward from staff regarding the safety of pedestrians and whatnot here in Port Dover during Friday the 13th. The events are very, very, very large. I'm sure you've been down to Friday the 13th celebration. I mean, we've got bikes that are lined up from where the old water tower is. In July, August, it's so busy. Where the old water tower used to be, all the way up Main Street, up Walker Street, over the bridge. I've seen them parked up near the furniture barn. I mean, they're parked on St. Andrew Street, on St. George Street. They're parked everywhere. Lots of bikes, lots of people. There's no getting in and out of town. You know, as residents, we have residence passes, and if you've got one, you can get out of town or maybe try to get into town, but it's going to be a long process trying to get into your house. Because it is just so busy, so many people, and it really is a fun event. We have so much fun during the event. All the sites, the vendors, the great shows, the bikes, the people. It's a really good day, and knock wood, we've never had a major event. We've had some interesting events, but nothing major. I'm sure we've all had our opportunity to see Thong Man, and that's not me, by the way. But Friday the 13th is always a great celebration here in town, and let's be honest here. It brings a lot of income for the a lot of the businesses here in town. They definitely benefit from the event, that's for sure. Well, a report has come regarding the safety of the pedestrians and that sort of thing, and so what the recommendation is that a no parking zone be created on Main Street between Nelson Street and Walker Street. So that's from Nelson Street is where the Masonic Lodge is, the car wash, down to the Arbor Corner. That's Walker Street. So about 4 blocks, have it barricaded off, no cars, no bikes. No bikes along Main Street. That's going to be interesting to see. Again, the recommendation is that no bikes, but vendors and displays and that sort of things will be allowed along Main Street, the food vendors and whatnot, but no bikes. And I just can't help but question that. I understand, and I'm all for pedestrian and for the safety of the people. I tell you, there's times when you look down at the lights and Main Street in and around that area, and it's so busy. And emergency services have to get through. They're fighting people and crowds, and sometimes if someone's in a situation, an emergency situation, seconds count. And a delay in medical help, medical assistance, emergency assistance could mean the difference between life and death. So I understand. I don't want to downplay the importance of the safety of the people, but not allowing bikes along Main Street, I'll tell you, that's what Friday the 13th is about the bikes, and by not allowing the bikes on Main Street now, it's going to be interesting to see. First of all, again, it's just a recommendation. It has not been accepted to my knowledge as of the show this morning. To my knowledge, this is not the rule. It hasn't been passed. It's a recommendation put forth to council. So we'll see how that plays out. I'd like to hear your thoughts on something like that. So that's in the news right now. But moving forward, we've got some great events coming up. Don't forget, I always talk about Port Over Lions Silver Lake Market on St. Patrick Street. Saturday mornings, 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. You've got to pop down there. Meat, fruit, vegetables, baked goods, cheese, deli, maple syrup, jams, fresh pizza, Thai Kobe coffees down there. Pop into Walt's Kitchen, have a great breakfast sandwich. Grab yourself a free coffee, have a conversation. Grab yourself a Port Over Lions July 1st button while you're there as well. And always a good way to start your weekend is at the Port Over Lions Silver Lake Market every Saturday morning, 8 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Monday night, so that's tonight, the Port Over Lions Show and Shine. They host a show and shine at the Silver Lake Park. So that's every Monday night throughout the summer, 4 p.m. until dusk. Classic cars and trucks, bikes, lots of music, food, the food trucks. I believe they have a 50-50 draw as well. Always a good time. Lots of vehicles there, lots of people. Great way to start your week off as well on a Monday night is to check out the show and shine at the Silver Lake Park. July 1st is coming up. Now, July 1st in Port Dover. Now, is there anybody in this area that doesn't know what I'm talking about? July 1st in Port Dover is done up right. We have the longest running July 1st celebratory parade in Canada. So we have had a parade in Port Dover since Confederation, 1867. That's 152 years. That's a lot of parades. That's a lot of clowns. So the fun starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. The Kinsman Soapbox Derby. Now, used to be at Chapman Street. I believe they moved it down to McNabb Street. We're going to have to double check that. But the Soapbox Derby happens at 9 o'clock in the morning. Always a good time. Dog show at 11 in the Powell Park. Pleasure Craft and Fish Tug Parade in the harbor at 11 o'clock in the morning. 2 p.m. again is the parade, the longest running Columbium Parade. Can anybody pronounce that word properly? Columbium. Yeah, if you can pronounce it, you can go. You can go for free. If anybody asks, tell them I said you get to watch the parade for free. Right down to the main street here in Port Dover. A lot of bands, a lot of drum corps, the pipe band, all the floats. It's a really good time. Of course, Port Dover Minor Hockey Association, they walk the parade route. I can remember as a kid, the hockey players with the bed sheets. They'd be four to a corner, and they'd carry the bed sheets, and we'd throw coins and that in, and they collect money for the Port Dover Minor Hockey Association. So always a good time. Check out July 1st, coming up on Monday. And you know what? Let's knock wood and hope we don't get rain. I mean, my goodness, I've said that four-letter word. July 1st isn't the same with a little bit of rain, is it? So, very cool. But let's get right into our next little section here. I've got a couple things I want to talk about right here.
Captain, incoming message.
Yes. Well, I'm a broker, as you realize. I answer real estate questions. I'm a realtor. I'm a broker here with Royal LePage Brown Realty, and I answer real estate questions. If you have any questions, send them in, Realtor Peter Butler at gmail.com. So today we're going to talk about, from a buyer perspective, when we put an offer together on a property we like, and we submit that offer and it's accepted, we need to submit our deposit within 24 hours of acceptance of that offer. Now that deposit could be $1,000, it could be $5,000, $10,000. I've seen larger $1 million properties that are asking for a $25,000 deposit. Now this is typical. So here's the challenge. Sometimes buyers are especially first-time home buyers, they've saved their money up and they need to have a $5,000 deposit on the home. And their concern is, Peter, I've got the $5,000, but that's part of my down payment for my mortgage. I don't want to lose that out of my down payment. I won't have a down payment because it's part of it. And the cool part is, now you have to double check with your lender, but you can use that deposit. You can still use it as part of your down payment. Not sure if you're aware of that, but you confirm this with your lender, the bank, the lender that you're using. But I'm quite sure you're able to use that deposit as part of your down payment. It still counts. So that's very, very cool. Listen, if you have any questions, send them in. Happy to answer any questions you may have. RealtorPeterButler@gmail.com. If I use your question on the air, I've got a great gift for you as well. So that's awesome. Send those questions in. Happy to help you out. So let's get this done. Yes, as you know, I love my movies. I'm a big movie buff. I always have been. Watch a lot of movies, especially in the wintertime. Summertime, not so much. I'm still watching them. You know, it's a great for downtime is my movies. But more in the wintertime. But again, I still like my movies. So I've got one for you today. I'm going to play a little clip here, see if you recognize it, and we'll have a little chat. Here we go.
What I do requires a certain mindset. I do assignments, designated targets. Some jobs need to look like accidents. Best jobs are the ones nobody ever knows you were there.
Yes. Now, who recognized Jason Statham in that? Now, I'm a Jason Statham fan. I'm not gonna lie. The guy, maybe it's the haircut, but I'm telling you, I like Jason Statham. I love his movies, everything he's ever done. So that's The Mechanic, 2011. Right now, it's streaming on Netflix. You got to watch this movie. Okay, it's a guy movie. It really, really is. So to let you know, a couple weeks ago, I reviewed Bangkok Dangerous with Nick. What's his name? That's terrible. Oh, okay, I'll think of it. Anyway, Bangkok Dangerous, I reviewed a couple weeks ago about an assassin who has an apprentice that starts and teaches this apprentice. This is the way it should have been done. Bangkok Dangerous, don't watch that. The Mechanic, watch this. So basically the write-up, so this movie follows an elite hitman as he teaches his trade to an apprentice who has a connection to one of his previous victims. So very good movie. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Jason Statham, Ben Foster, and Donald Sutherland, good Canadian actor, Canadian connection there. Definitely worth watching. Lots of action. Jason Statham is a great actor, especially when it comes to action. He's actually got his start as a kickboxer, believe it or not, martial arts, and you can tell that in all the choreographed fight scenes. But definitely worth watching. Rotten Tomatoes loves it. Well, I shouldn't say that. 53%. Now, they're tough to please, Rotten Tomatoes, but an audience score of 51. So they're kind of split. Some like it, some don't. I enjoyed The Mechanic. I think you should check it out. Like I say, a really good movie streaming on Netflix right now. Check out The Mechanic. At the Strand this week, I always talk about the Strand. Love the theater. Not sure if you've been there on a Tuesday evening. Check it out. $5 Tuesdays. Grab some root beer and some popcorn. Right now playing Toy Story 4 and The Secret Life of Pets 2. Sure to entertain. So listen, that's the show for today. I hope you had a good time. I always have fun. This is the way I like to start my Monday mornings. You know, you can always contact me at realtorpeterbutler@gmail.com. Send me a message on Facebook. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Peter Portdover as well. So check that out. Listen, guys, I hope you have a great week. Keep smiling, and we'll talk to you real soon. Take care.